I can have everybody please stand and I'll ask Vicky, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you, everybody. Take seats. And I just want to say welcome to everybody, April 16th. Getting a little brief respite between the weather, it looks like. Nice day today, but just as a warning, it was crazy yesterday and it might get cold again tonight. So if you're East County or anywhere else, school's already out, so you guys don't get any kind of break. But there might be some ice from until probably 9 or 10 in the morning tomorrow. So if you don't have to go anywhere in your East County, at least check it out first before you drive around. But enjoy the weather today. This little break in it looks great. Special thanks to our greeters, Gretchen and Vicky, Tanya and Mom for another great lunch. Thank you so much. Thank you in advance to the people who stick around for the cleanup team and John for our IT support. It's great to see everyone and extend a warm greeting to our newcomers and guests. Today, we're excited to have the Newport Loyalty Days Princesses. The court is here today, so all hail Newport. And we'll go around and I'll take care of this table. But we'll do introductions of guests. I've got two guests at this table, my dad, Jack Gardner, and Diane Olson. Or sorry, Diane Moore. Excuse me. There, guests there. And we've got our court here. Bailey, do you want to introduce them?
Hi, I'm Bailey.
You're going to play, I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Bailey Humphrys. This is Princess Hadessah. This is Princess Caroline. This is Princess Kiley.
Welcome, guys. Oh, and
This is Desiree Bobeda. This is Hadessah and the treasurer of Loyalty.
so that's kind of, I don't know if there's any Blues Brothers fans, but lead singer and driver of the Winnebago. So none here, and Maureen is our guest. Our incoming exchange student who's been here all year, so everybody knows Maureen already, but welcome, Maureen. And I'll ask Julia, did you notice if anybody online was a guest?
Sure.
Okay, great. So I wanted to first see if there was any, I had one quick announcement and see if there was any other announcements before we got into the Loyalty Days Princess presentations, but I think Dana may have lost a pen, but I'm not sure.
No, Diane might.
Oh, we have the back to a pen, so if somebody found the front to a pen, that somebody might have lost. And I looked around, I didn't see anything on the ground, but if anybody picked something up. And any other announcements before we get into the presentation? Amy?
So many of you have heard of RYLA, the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards that we do, that we send kids to in the summer. Kiley has went last year. And usually we try to send 6, and sometimes we sent 4 from Newport and then a couple students from other areas. But this year, RYLA asked us to do interviews of those kids before we sent them. And we tried to advertise in the school a bunch, and we got 15 applications, which was awesome. And so Stephanie, Curtis, Lola Jones, and I spent 3 hours interviewing 15 candidates. And we, the board increased to, we're going to be sending 9 this year. So it's super exciting. Many kids have said that it's a life-changing experience for them. And so my daughter's included. And so I just am super happy. I know maybe many of you saw Anders' speech from last month, Youth Student Month, and he said that it was a turning point for him going to that camp, because now he's president of our student body. So thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Gretchen, did you?
Hi, I'm Gretchen Havener, and one of my many hats I wear, as well as Rotary Youth Exchange Committee Chair and Princess Caroline's mother, is that I am also the secretary of the Newport High School Grad Night Committee for 2026. And happy to be the secretary this year. And I'm here tonight because we are selling grad night raffle tickets. Many of you have bought these from me in the years past. They're $30 this year. There's 4 great packages, and I'll hand them around. I want to say a special thank you to the Thompsons, who yet again donated to Traeger for I don't know how many years. I want to thank our Rotary members who already bought tickets today: Dana, Jeff, Josie, Diane, and Christy. I have 6 tickets left, so if you want to be one of the lucky 6 to buy tickets, I accept cash, I accept Venmo, I'll accept a check. So if any of you want to buy a ticket, who wants to buy the first ticket? Rick has some. Anyone else want to buy a ticket? Okay, well, I know he's going to buy some tickets, so. Julia will, Doretta will buy a ticket. Thank you, Doretta. I'm gonna hand these out now so you can fill them out and just give them back to me, and then your work is done. I don't need your email. I just need your phone number. I know you. I will find you. The packages are great. I hope you win. See you next week.
Thanks, Gretchen, and thanks for everybody who's donating to that as well. I will get to other announcements later, but with that, I'll ask Bailey if you want to give us the order for who's coming up first.
Yeah, so our first princess is gonna be. The first princess speaking today is going to be Hadessah.
Just all of you too, be careful of the wire.
Hi, my name is Hadessah Bobeda. I'm a senior at Newport High School and a sophomore at Oregon Coast Community College. I am planning on going to Western Oregon University to study education and later study astronomy for my master's. First, I would like to thank you all for being here and taking the time to support this amazing tradition. It truly means so much to me and our community. I've been asked many times why I want to be a Loyalty Days princess and why it is so important to me. The answer comes from my experiences, my family, and the values I've grown up with in this country. There are many reasons why I wanted to be a Loyalty Days princess, but the most important is my deep connection with everything this celebration represents. I've been involved in Loyalty Days events for as long as I can remember. Both of my parents have dedicated years of service to this town, serving as president, parade chair, and treasurer. I've grown up watching the hard work and passion that goes into making these events possible. Being raised in a military family has also shaped who I am. My grandfather, 3 uncles, and my dad have all served our country. And because of them, I understand the true meaning of patriotism and the importance of honoring those who sacrifice for our freedom. That pride is something I carry with me every single day. As a child, I always looked up to the Loyalty Days princesses. I saw them as strong, confident, and inspiring. They made me excited to be part of this tradition and showed me what it means to serve others. Over the years, I've had the chance to talk with many of them, and I was always impressed by their kindness, intelligence, and dedication. They inspired me to want to follow in their footsteps. I'll be honest, I used to be really nervous about becoming a princess, especially because of the public speaking. But as I've grown, I realized that it's not about being perfect. It's about representing something bigger than yourself. Those young women who may have been nervous too, they stood up and spoke because they cared deeply about their community, and that's the kind of person I wanted to be. For the past 4 years, I've worked alongside my family, helping with Loyalty Days parade and booths. I've participated in the parade through 4-H and gymnastics, and I'll never forget the joy of seeing the smiles along the sidewalks, knowing we are part of something meaningful. In addition, I spent nearly a decade helping my dad place over 180 American flags throughout our town. Each flag is a symbol of our gratitude, pride, and unity. I stand for honoring our military, respecting our flag, and showing appreciation to our veterans. I stand for the first responders, the police officers, the firefighters, and the medical personnel who risk their lives every day to keep our people safe. Their service deserves our deepest respect and gratitude. In my family, we are taught that sacrifices are made by those who serve are the reason we stand, the reason we honor, and the reason we remember. As a military child, I learned that their sacrifice is also a family sacrifice. The time spent apart and the challenges we face have shaped me and given me a strong desire to give back. As a Loyalty Days princess, I want to represent not only this town, but also the strength and resilience of military families and children. I want to inspire others the same way I was inspired growing up. It's an honor to serve this community and contribute to a tradition that has meant so much to me for so many years. Thank you.
Our next princess is Princess Kiley.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kiley Humphrys. I plan to attend Montana State University and study animal science to become a veterinarian. I am current valedictorian of my class, a 3-sport varsity athlete, senior class president, and actively involved in leadership and AVID. While these roles have given me incredible opportunities, they've also pushed me to grow, to lead, and to represent something bigger than myself. Through the challenges of balancing sports, academics, and leadership, I have come to understand that success goes beyond achievements. It's defined by your character and the difference you make in others. These experiences have shaped me into the person I am today and have taught me the importance of kindness, responsibility, and pride. Values that I strive to demonstrate every day and that I'm proud to carry with me as I represent this community. I'm truly honored to stand before you today as a Loyalty Days princess for Lincoln County. Being chosen for this role means more to me than I can fully put into words, because this community has been my home for my entire life. I grew up here, went to school here, and learned what it means to be part of something bigger than myself right here in Lincoln County. From the time I was in kindergarten, Newport schools, sports, and community have helped shape who I am. I have been surrounded by teachers who believed in me, coaches who pushed me, and neighbors who supported me. Because of them, I have learned the values of kindness, responsibility, and pride where I come from. Today, I feel incredibly grateful to represent the place that has given me so much. When I was little, my family used to call me the little princess. Like many young girls, I dreamed of wearing a crown one day. Back then, I thought being a princess meant fancy dresses and sparkly tiaras. But as I grew older, I realized that being a princess means something far more important. It means treating others with respect, serving your community, and carrying yourself with confidence and kindness. This is what being a Loyalty Days princess represents to me. This role is not about a title, it's about being a role model and giving back to the community that raised me. It's about showing pride in Lincoln County and helping celebrate the traditions that bring us all together. Loyalty Days has always been one of my favorite times of year. It reminds us of our shared values, patriotism, unity, and community spirit. It brings families and friends together and celebrates everything that makes Lincoln County special. To be now part of that tradition and help represent it is truly an honor. Growing up here has allowed me to build strong relationships with so many amazing people. Those relationships have taught me how important it is to make others feel welcomed and valued. As a Loyalty Days princess, I want to reflect those lessons by serving this community with pride and enthusiasm. I hope to someday be someone that younger kids can look up to, just as I once looked up to the princesses before me. This opportunity means so much because Lincoln County has always been my constant, my home, my support system, and the place where I found a sense of belonging. Being chosen as a Loyalty Days princess allows me to give back, even in a small way, to the community that has given me so many opportunities and memories. Standing here today, I feel like a little girl with big dreams, but now I understand that dreams are not just about crowns or titles. They are about heart, service, and representing something meaningful. I am proud to represent Lincoln County with kindness, loyalty, and gratitude. Thank you to everyone who believed in me and gave me this incredible honor. I promise to represent our community to the very best of my ability and make you proud. I'm honored to represent Lincoln County, and I promise to lead with kindness, act with responsibility, and carry pride in this community every step of the way. Thank you.
Our last princess is Princess Caroline.
Hi, thank you all for being here today. I'm Caroline Gardner, and I'm a senior at Newport High School. I served as co-captain for the girls cross-country team, and I'm running track this spring. I'm a three-time Oregon All-State Symphonic Band musician playing the clarinet. I've had the honor of playing in the 6-state All-Northwest Regional Wind Symphony, and locally I'm a member of the NHS bands, where I've served as section leader for 4 years, as well as playing in the Newport Youth Symphony. I'm an Ivy Diploma candidate and one of the class of 2026 salutatorians. Next year, I will be attending the University of Oregon, studying in the Clark Honors College, as well as the School of Music. I was accepted into the clarinet performance program after an audition process, and I'm so proud to be continuing my musical education within their prestigious program. And this summer, I have the amazing opportunity to study abroad in Siena, Italy. In my life, I've had the honor of knowing many veterans, but Jim Weinbrenner, a 101-year-old World War II vet, who was my grandpa's neighbor here in Newport, made a special impact on my life. Mr. Weinbrenner enlisted right out of high school at just 18 years old after the attack on Pearl Harbor. He served in the U.S. Army Air Corps before it split into the U.S. Army Air Force in 1947. Mr. Weinbrenner was stationed in the South Pacific as a side gunner. He flew over 30 missions, but miraculously was never injured. People would say he had an angel on his shoulder. He often said he was just an ordinary man, but he did something extraordinary for his country and its people. Despite being in such a brutal war, he chose to live with gratitude, connection, and purpose. He believed life should be cherished and each day should be celebrated. Jim hosted a happy hour in his garage, and he created such a welcoming space that it became a big family of unexpected people. People who never would have come together without Jim. From the moment you walked inside, you felt seen and appreciated, whether you were a close friend or a complete stranger. His kindness and acceptance erased differences, and his presence made people feel connected. Jim was a strong patriot, never wavering in his love and respect for our country. He carried himself with a subtle strength and humility, never expecting recognition for his service, yet encapsulating the values of duty and bravery. Knowing him gave me a deep sense of respect for his service and sacrifice. He reminded me that the freedoms we enjoy today exist because of people like Jim, who served and sacrificed for something greater than themselves. Jim's courage and dedication did not end with his military service. They live on in the community he built and the way he treated others. Jim's legacy is one of unity, patriotism, and gratitude. By being in the Loyalty Days Court and being a princess, I would not only be honoring his memory, but also the life he lived and the sacrifice he made for our country. I've been involved in Loyalty Days for as long as I can remember, participating in all aspects of the parade. I've run in the race, been a kid chasing candy, participated in several community floats, but for the last 4 years, I've marched with the NHS band. And I think on page 2, there's a picture of the NHS band from the 1970s. So we've been involved for a long time. However, despite my participation, I have always dreamed of being a Loyalty Days princess. Loyalty Days is a celebration of all the things that make Newport special, and I am so honored to be a princess this year. It's an amazing opportunity to connect and give back to my community, as well as honor Jim's memory. Thank you.
Sorry, Lynn.
It's okay, I'm sticking
Getting
out.
wider and wider,
I'm
so.
sticking out here.
Mostly me, I think, because you were holding still. So thank you guys so much. First, I'd like to ask, and if we get the microphone over to them, just in case there were questions, I didn't want to break you guys up while you were going. But if there were questions for any of the Loyalty Days princesses, either individually or just a general question to all of them, they can decide who answers.
I have a question. Do you guys know how Loyalty Days started? Do you know about it?
You want to give them the microphone? If there's an answer. So I put out the little history of it there, but they might know more about it.
You know anything? It was started by a president. You know what a president?
Eisenhower.
Please, a couple left, because it was all.
We're the only one on the West Coast.
Are we now?
I think they told us 3.
There's the last time we talked, I mean, there's like 3 total in like United States.
One's on the name. We learned earlier that the ships used to come here and that people could tour them. The Navy ships, and I thought that was really cool, and I wish we still did that actually, because I feel like that would bring a lot more attention to Memorial Days.
Yeah, I read in the article from the Oregonian from last year that sometimes the Canadian military ships came too.
The high school, it's great. Next slide for kids.
Any questions from I've been forgetting to include the online often, so if there's any questions from online, if you could type them in, we'll read them off here. But any other questions of the princesses or, oh, Amy?
Yes. I'm always curious how many times you guys are presenting. Like,
I think we present 5 times.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so this is their second time,
Okay.
and then they will do the chambers lunch. We will do the senior center and the reading of the names, and then for their meet and greet coordination on the 1st at the Elks Club, that will be their last time reading.
Do you know where the reading is?
Yes. No, the senior center one is the reading of the names of the senior center. It's also May 1st at noon.
Guy? I can repeat it if you want. I can repeat your question.
Who decides who the queen is or whatever? It's like, that can't be fun. What is-
Guy's question is asking about how the queen is selected.
Yeah, so for them to be a princess, they had to fill out an application. It used to be interviews, but now it's application. They have grade point average. There's 2 essays that they have to do, and then the committee chooses. And then for the queen, it's also the committee. And so the requirement of the committee is that we have to listen to them speak at least twice. And then we have a meeting during the coronation. So while this year we're having little kids do a little dance performance, while that's happening, then we'll meet as a committee and we'll pick.
Thank you. Are you satisfied, Guy? Any other questions? Well, if I could ask our princesses to come back up, I've got a little card to present you guys with. So I know since some of you have been students of the month and all, you've heard the spiel before, but one of the things that Rotary is trying to do is to eradicate polio, wild cases of polio in the world. And so, in thanks for each of you presenting today, I'm going to present each of you with a card, and we're going to vaccinate 50 kids in your name. So thank you very much. It's Kiley. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so with that, I do want to make a couple of quick announcements. So on the tables, one of the things is that it was just an article that the Oregonian did last year that I had kept because I got asked questions too about what Loyalty Days is, because it used to be really big, right after the war too. But it has narrowed down. Now I think there's only a few left. But we originally started here with prior to Loyalty Days being announced. And we started Loyalty Days actually before the president made an announcement for that, making that. And it was kind of a answer to Workers' Day, May 1st, by the communist part of the world. This was the non-communist part of the world's answer to Workers' Day was Loyalty Days. Kind of having a celebration at the same time. But we started with the crab festival, where Newport, if you can imagine this, actually offered free crab to everybody. And so for a few years, a lot of people came. It was a big deal, and it was a way to try to increase the market crab. Like, hey, this is good, it's local. But then crab started costing more and more, and so they stopped having crab festival. That remained part of the Loyalty Days festival, once we had the Loyalty Days and the parades and, but they charged. They had to start charging for the grant. But there's a lot of interesting information there about the other cities that still do it. And we were the second oldest, so we were the second longest running Loyalty Days festival in the country. So it was pretty interesting. I thought they did a good job of researching it. Reminders for coming up, April 30th, we've got Dia de los Niños at the library. And then the Mobets, so I did get permission from the Heritage Center here so that we could use the next door theater area for our presentation for greeting them. And then over here, we probably won't have, we might have like maybe 2 tables here, and it'll be more of a stand-up. Because we're going to have at least, 20 from Mombetsu. So I'm guessing probably an extra 30 people. If you have some people from the city and stuff like that, it could be easily 60 people, which makes this more of a standing room only area. So we'll work with figuring out a menu for that, for more of a reception / standing food, more than sit down food. But that's May 14th. But please try to come. That'll be a lot of fun. Our district conference is May 15th through 17th. For those that are able to go, I really recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Amy shared with me that, and I wasn't aware about this, but I'm not going to find you. Which is better than the high school, right? Don't they take it away from you? Yeah, if it was just a fine in the high school, they'd all just keep their phones.
Yeah.
But one of the things they do is they do a basket raffle every the different, I won't say every, but I think they had 50 different clubs in the district have a basket that they raffled off at the last one. And so we're working on that. I think our theme is going to be nautical.
Well, yeah, because that's kind of where we're from, but I have a fishing line basket, one of those ones that's recycled, so that's the start. So it's about like this big, so if anybody has something that they could contribute, that is especially from our area, I think that would be really cool. So
take contributions, we'll stay on top of it. Anybody wants to help, I don't want to just stick this on Amy or anyone else, but to help coordinate, you don't have to take it over there. We've got people going and stuff like that, but to get items, if not, we'll also bring it up at our next board meeting to figure out a budget if we need to go out and get stuff too. But if we can get any stuff donated, I've got a local bottle of wine, any, I don't know, canned tuna, the good stuff, stuff like that. Stuff that would go in a basket. I wanted to again announce from Shell, the May 30th is the Salvation Army bowling fundraiser from 4 to 6 at Mugley's.
I was looking for silent auction items.
Silent auctions and sponsors still probably. So there's sponsorship opportunities, and the Salvation Army is also raising money for their summer camp sponsorships. Michelle brought up before, but again, it's kind of like Ryla. It makes a big difference in these kids' lives if they get to do things like this, because a lot of kids aren't able to do it without the sponsorships. I wanted to bring up that today would have been past President Sonia Graham's birthday. So if everybody could just remember her, think about, not just her service to the club, but also to Coastbusters, the walk benefiting cancer patients, and also just that, she brought a lot of joy and positivity to our community. So the other things are it's scholarship season. So I know David, I don't know if David wants to say something, but he's going to need some help. And luckily, it's kind of like Ryla.
So thank you, Brian. Hey, so it is scholarship season, and guess what? We have, for the Rotary, we have 11 submissions. So we're gonna need some help. We have some standard people that's on the scholarship committee, and we're gonna get those scholarships redacted and get them out to you. So you have a little bit of time to go over them, okay? And so you can pray for me, because for the realtors, we got 26 submissions. Thank you.
It's a great problem to have.
Yeah, and if you want to sign up to be on the scholarship committee, just come see me, okay? Thanks.
I'll make an announcement also in regards to Sonia. This year's Ghostbusters Walk for Breast Cancer is happening in Newport at the high school on September 26th. And in Florence, the Siuslaw Middle School track on October 3rd. And this year's walks will be specifically to honor Sonia as one of the founders of Ghostbusters. We are always taking donations, obviously, but we're in the planning stages for that event. And I just wanted to call out that this year is to honor her specifically. And if you don't know what Ghostbusters Walk for Breast Cancer is, we provide funding to local breast cancer patients for their rent, bills, rides, like things that fall between the cracks when they're getting treatment.
Yeah. It's everything that gets missed, that is obviously a cost when you're going through cancer treatment. So the other thing I wanted to bring up, Keith received this, and so he just got me an email on it, so we haven't been able to bring it up. And normally I think we'd get it earlier, but if everybody remembers, we've had them present Every Child Lincoln County. They provide resources to the county resource families, so like foster families. They're having their barbecue to celebrate their resource families at Fogarty Beach. So we haven't been able to discuss it as a board yet, because I just found out about it yesterday. But their beach barbecue is May 16th. So we will have a board meeting before then, but I have them here. If people want a flyer for that, as of a way to send a check to them directly from yourself. But again, the board will bring it up, but because of the timing, that it's May 16th, I wanted people to be able to consider doing that now. So, but they do have sponsors for, they do the free barbecue for these families that provide the resources for the kids, for the foster kids in our community. But they also they get donations for kites for the kids to decorate and fly and keep. They have this big sandcastle activity where they bring all the different tools you need to build some of these pretty cool sandcastles. And of course, the food for the barbecue. But they also have a lot of families who can't go for one reason or another. And so one of the things that they do try to raise money for is they get Papa Murphy's gift cards for the families that can't attend. So that's the main thing that they're trying to raise money for. So if you like one of the flyers, I'll have them by the door. It has who to make the check out to and to send it to Every Child Lincoln County. But again, we'll bring it up again at the board meeting, but I wanted to give other people a chance, because of the timing, because I'm sure they need to get the cards pretty quickly.
If you want to give money right now, I got paper. But yeah, if anybody gives money right now, I'll write it down.
Okay, and you think we can get that out quickly?
All right, when's it due?
Soon. That's why I
Write
wanted.
a check.
I'm sure they'd accept money later.
Our treasurer's out of town.
But that's why the timing is. So I want people, if you want to give it, I would suggest picking up a flyer and sending the check in on your own. The other thing I wanted to bring up, because John probably won't ever, he doesn't care about boosters. You can tell the spring auction and garage sale is coming up. I put flyers out for that. I think it's the 25th. Next Friday, so very soon.
Next Saturday, I'm setting up on Fridays.
Yeah, Friday's the day to remember though. So I think you can do garage sale.
Yeah, bring your garage sale, clean out your garage. Tanya's bringing her whole house. So
You don't get any of it back.
yeah,
I think in general, normally in the past anyways, Thompson's takes care of, but they don't get rid of
Any
it.
unusable items?
John, I have a question. Is McDonald's still doing the breakfast thing? The protein?
yes, yeah, fine. They're just gonna give us $500.
So what they were just talking about is McDonald's sometimes had a share for people going out to eat at McDonald's, having coffee and stuff like that before the auction. They just give them $500, but the nice thing would be to do if you wanted to go support them that morning and just tell them that you're there heading to the booster auction. I'm sure that would help the boosters in the future, maintain that donation from McDonald's. But there's a lot of great items there, from the silent auction as well as the garage sale. You can always find lots of cool stuff. So I suggest if you got the time that morning, I don't think Dana is going to the Duck spring game. Which is Duck spring from Saturday as well. But please try to make that help support the boosters and our local athletes, our high school athletes. So any other announcements?
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We'll get Dana her steps.
I know Lola and Christy would want to talk about what Interact is collecting for this month, and I'm going to try to get this really far away so I can read it. But Interact they've decided to do another, they're collecting maternal and child care products to donate to Samaritan House for Mother's Day. And so if anyone from here wants to donate items like diaper cream, baby powder, wipes, all diapers, anything that you can think of that a baby or mother would need. And if you want to bring it here, we'll make sure that Interact gets it, to collect those baskets for Mother's Day. So they're doing just a phenomenal job. We've got quite a group. I mean, Christy goes all the time. I don't. So, but they are very consistent and awesome. So, yeah.
Any other announcements? We're gonna open up the Happy Bucks. First one I'm gonna hit is Jeff, since he's here and snuck in the side door.
I'm happy about my birthday. But it hasn't happened yet.
No, but I just never know if I'm gonna see you come in the side door.
I'm $76 happy, and I'll round it off to $100 for my Paul Harris stuff.
Thank you. And I'll check you off the list, so if you do show up, that's it.
We got a punch on you today, Jeff.
Definitely.
So shamelessly, I'll give $100 to my Paul Harris for the free compost day this Saturday.
That's Saturday too. Yes, know that.
There's about maybe 100 yards of material. When it's gone. So come on out, it's free. So, time 9 a.m. 9 a.m. But
Yeah, so there's a line.
because you block the highway, and the cops don't like that.
Actually,
You don't want to be
pro
come.
tip is to come at 9:30 because we move through the people that have been waiting in line, and then you can kind of drive up.
And you get the good stuff. That's it.
Yeah, the middle. Yeah, that's what he's okay. Yeah.
I get a little wet.
Yeah. probably.
I had Happy Bucks on the 20th, it's Doug's 60th birthday. And so I'm 3 years older. His first 3 years, every decade, he always calls me the old bag. So now, it's just a joke, it's a joke. So now I get to call him his nickname.
How happy is she?
Well, then I'm gonna be 63 in a couple of weeks.
So 63, 60.
My Paul Harris. Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. Any others? Any brag bucks? Nothing? Oh,
I was really, really happy to hear the story about my very good friend, Jim Weinberger. So in honor of his age, I will do 102 Happy Bucks for Jim Weinberger, who is a real gentleman.
He's gonna donate that to Maureen's urine trade. I know that's what he.
yeah, so that's going to Maureen's year-end trip. And you can tack it on to me, okay? I'll squeeze it out of it. And for those of you who didn't get to know Jim, yeah, so Coco mentioned his happy hour. A lot of people don't know that was every day. He opened up his garage every day.
Can I, real quick story?
Yeah, sure.
I'll make it very quick. I'll make it very quick. When we moved my wife and I moved into the community here at Longview Hills, I was up getting my mail one day and I bumped into some people and they said, "Oh, you're new. You should come over to Jim Weinberger's garage for happy hour. You get to meet a lot of people." So I was kind of one of the younger pups in the group. So I get there and there's about 20 people in the garage and one of the ladies is a retired bartender and she's shaking up martinis. Honest to God, I'd never had a martini in my life. I drank a beer mostly, but so we had martinis and had enjoyed companionship for about an hour and a half and 2 hours. And just as a side note, everybody was welcome in his garage. He didn't have an enemy in the world. You were walking by, come on in, sit down, visit, tell a lie, tell a joke. And so we left, and as we were leaving, I said, "This is really cool. You do this every Friday?" "We do this every night." I called back my friends in the valley and said, "I met this older group in our retirement community, and I can't keep up with them." But he was a real gentleman and a fine man. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's in a 55-year-old community, but there was no age limit. My kids were there all the time. Gretchen and I are pretty close to the age anyways. Oh, Michelle, sorry.
No, we're good. So next Friday, well, I won't be here next week. So next Friday would be this little one's 3rd birthday. I know. So for that, I'm gonna give $30 to Coastbusters just because of what today is too. And yeah, I just wanna say, when it comes to our summer camp programs, I am who and where I am today because of our summer camps that we have from Salvation Army. They have always been a huge part of my life and my family's life. So we've already had one Rotary member who gave us $500 towards camperships for this year. So a huge thank you to that person who usually I think likes to remain anonymous. So I won't say their name, but yeah, the more sponsorships we get, the more kids we can send to camp, and it doesn't come out of our general operating funds then. So we're able to continue helping our community on top of sending kids to camp.
Thank you. Another online. All right, great. So with that, I will hand it over to Julia. I don't know if
On my way.
yeah, I know. I guess I knew I'd get her steps in.
Membership incentive today is John Clark, who is online, so he'll get $5.
You've got social media and 50/50.
Yep, this week's social media winner is Julia Dobies. And this week's 50/50 is the pot is $150, so half of that will go to the winner, $75. And winner is
Okay, any last minute announcements? Great. So our next regular lunch meeting is April 23rd here at noon, so next Thursday. And we get lucky again because we just had these great presentations from the Loyalty Days Princesses. But next week is the NHS April Students of the Month. So we get to hear from our Students of the Month. And with that, I will ask Gretchen to take us out with the 4-way test.
The 4-way test of the things say first.
Is it true?
Second, it's a fair concern. Third,
Will the better friendships.
fourth,
Will be beneficial to all concerned.
and fifth.
Thank you, everybody.
It's fun.